This is it. It is the exact way to put on 20 to 40 pounds of muscle, overcome your injuries, 2x your energy and strength forever in 180 days or less using the Resilient Strength Blueprint. And this is without ever losing the strength, feeling injured, or spending more than 3 hours a week in the gym. This is entirely possible. Do it all the time. Now, this is Camille from here to here. Now, my name is Trevor. I'm going to show you exactly how I helped my client Camille go from not trusting his body, tired and unfocused, feeling really lost with his fitness, and just feeling crap all the time, to gaining 30 pounds of muscle, completely transforming his body, gaining a level of strength and freedom that he never thought was possible, all with a Resilient Strength Blueprint. Now, on day one, Camille was unable to squat his body weight without his knee dislocating because of injuries. He was staying away from tons of activities that he loved, and his life was incredibly limited. This was making his relationship time, his family time, and his work suffer. Now, on day 120, he was deadlifting 180 kilos. He had confidence in all of his movements, and he was doing anything he wanted without worrying about it. He didn't have to do a warm up to just mow the lawn. He was strong and lean and up 30 pounds of muscle, and he had his freedom and his agency in his life back. Now, who the heck is this for? If you want to put on 20 to 40 pounds, lean, athletic muscle, build permanent resilient strength that will not fail you ever, this is for you. If you want to free yourself, this is a big one, from persistent injuries, pain and dysfunction. If you want to get lean and resilient enough to do any activity you want, this is for you. If you're tired of feeling lost, overwhelmed when it comes to getting and staying strong and lean, you want a simple, proven system that is built to fit your life, your goals, and your needs. Unlike most fitness systems that force you to fit a cookie cutter program, this is for you. Everything was built for Camille. Everything would be built for you. If you want more energy, confidence, and more free time, this is for you. Even if you're a parent with young children, I do this with brand new dads. I do this with guys with teenagers. I do it all the time. So if you want to build your dream body in only 2 to 4 hours a week of gym time, this is for you. If you want to be a leader in your life by being an example for your kids, your family, this is for you. If you feel like you have tried your damnedest and all the work you've put in has you feeling beat up, discouraged, even angry from the lack of results, you want to rise above all that bullshit and actually succeed, this is for you. If you know you can show up, do the work, and build the absolute best version of yourself, but you feel you're lacking the guidance, maybe the accountability and knowledge of the best path, this is for you. But on the flip side, there are people this is not for. If you want to stay stuck doing traditional workouts that are really only beating you up, causing you pain, and holding you back from being the best man you can be, instead of trying and succeeding with a proven system, sorry, it's not for you. If you're really not ready to dedicate, 3 hours a week at the gym, and you'd rather sit on the couch wasting your potential and making excuses, it's definitely not for you. If you want to teach your kids that not taking care of yourself and being physically weak is okay, I can't work with you. This won't be for you. If you want a quick fix and you don't want to use a proven system that will get you strong and lean for the rest of your life, it's not for you. If you want to use the I don't have time as an excuse, this is not for you. If you do not believe you are worthy of building and becoming the true, strong version of yourself, this isn't for you. If you don't want the fastest route to success with me at your back every step of the way, it's not for you. Now, here's the absolute truth to getting strong and getting lean for life that no one will tell you. You can get strong and resilient without sacrificing family time, your favorite foods, or spending innumerable hours in the gym. If your workouts are like 2 hours long and you're doing them 5 times a week and you're not really getting progress and it's costing you family time, there's no point to all this. Most men haven't succeeded because they don't understand how to train with maximum efficiency in the gym, with ease, with confidence, work out to become strong and athletic while easily fixing injuries, eat proper nutrition, It's easy. It's super chill. Proper nutrition is chill. And use the resilient strength blueprint instead of the quick fix approach. The quick fix approach is short-term justification and long-term loss. You don't want that in life. It's bad. Don't worry. I'm not going to let that happen to you. There's no such thing as I'm too old to start. I got clients in their 70s. That won't work for me. It does. Or the big lie we tell ourselves. We don't have enough time. We always make time for the things that we value and deem important. We always do. And a strong, fit body gives you countless days back to your life. You don't have to destroy yourself in the gym for hours at a time. You don't have to push through exhausting pain and dysfunction every day, or use chemical assistance, or be genetically lucky to become the truly strong version of yourself that you are meant and really deserve to be. If you want to be the best version of yourself, the strongest version of yourself, I'm going to show you how to do that by avoiding the common traps that 99% of men fall into. Really, the ultimate method of working out to be strong, resilient, injury-free. And how I helped Camille and many of my other clients get free of pain and injury and become so strong and lean that their friends and family almost really didn't recognize them once they popped their shirt off in the summer. That's a good feeling. And how to put on 20 to 40 pounds of lean, strong muscle in 180 days or less, even as an experienced lifter. And how to do all of this without sacrificing family time or an inexperienced lifter. And how to do all this without sacrificing family time or spending more than 3 hours a week in the gym. Done right, entirely possible. And in case you don't know me, you're just sort of stumbling on here, or you just really haven't encountered me a lot, here's a brief backstory about how I got here. So for 15 years, I've been coaching men to be strong, lean, and resilient and true themselves. Certified strength coach is what I do. I'm a married father of 3 young children, and I have moved from Norway to live off-grid in the US. So once I had a host of injuries and it was limiting me from every aspect of life, no longer. I can do anything that I want to do whenever I want to do it. I know how to overcome injuries, even awful, terrible ones. I know how to get strong and stay strong for myself and my family. I stay lean and around 185 pounds year round. I teach my clients to do the same thing. And after working with hundreds of men and fathers who used to struggle daily with pain, with weakness, with despair at staying stuck where they were, I created the Resilient Strength Blueprint. It's a training system and a community to help men achieve their true strong self and really overcome the obstacles that have held them back for years. So they can live the life. So you can live the life that you want. You can be in charge of your destiny. You can be in charge of your future, and that the world doesn't get to dictate those terms to you. You get to dictate the terms of your existence to the world. That is why I created this program. The Resilient Strength Blueprint is the system I built through science and my own trial and error from 15 plus years of coaching men to be the strongest, best, and most resilient selves, and from teaching them to stay strong forever. Now, I'm going to break this shit down for you right now. Step by step, this is how it works. I'm going to do the entire A to Z process of what I did to accomplish these results for Camille and other clients, so you can use this to put on 20 to 40 pounds of muscle, overcome those injuries, 2x that energy and strength forever, and really live on your own terms, 180 days or less. So here is the breakdown of it. And we're going to sub-break down each one of these, and then you can take this and you can use it. So the Resilient Strength Blueprint is made of 3 key phases. You got your foundation, acceleration, aggregation, and each of those follows key guidelines. Now, the first foundation, first 30 to 60 days, within our system, a personal movement assessment is really, really what needs to be done. So what we did with Camille is we took him in and we did a personal assessment. We looked at him and said, okay, what's good, what's bad? And then we started identifying and fixing what was bad. In Camille's case, he had a host of injuries. Now, we'll go through this one and I'll bullet point it, then I'll go through each one. So we're identifying what's holding you back, and we'll start fixing it on day 1. Create a training program built for you, needs, and your personal starting point, including all your workout history. And then a diet fix, easy, simple, effective way to get lean and pack on muscle. And form, do it correctly. Learn how to lift correctly, learn how to move correctly, because that's where most injuries come from. Then the acceleration phase is the next 60 to 80 days, and it's stepping up to work naturally. In the program, the volume, the reps, the ranges, the intensity, it's all adjusted for each individual's needs. And then you start becoming confident and strong in your body and yourself. We strengthen all the weak links in the chain, the stuff that was holding you back, the problems, the aches and the pains. We target those and we make them go away. Muscles getting packed on. In the phase 3, it's aggregation. It's pulling all of this together so you can keep moving forward. You're going to be eating more, you're going to be lifting more, you're going to be feeling good. You're at the strongest and leanest you've been in years, and it's the jumping off point for higher tier goals. So the big key points for all this is training, recovery, and nutrition. Now, let me show you how we optimize all of this for Camille so you can understand how it works. So it was no longer held back by the mistakes he didn't even know he was making, and he could finally get strong, lean, resilient, and pain-free. So what Camille started with was doing, he was going into the gym, he had some programs, he had some sort of random workouts, and he was working on it, and he was getting some progress and kind of getting beaten up and then leaving the gym, and then he was in this cycle for a while. So what we had to do for him is a personal assessment and blueprint delivery. Simple, doable, with maximum efficiency. So for him, we identified what was holding him back on day one. And in this case, it was a host of injuries. You can see this was a broken radius and ulna. He had multiple broken clavicles. All of his fingers had been broken multiple times. His knee had been like ripped out of socket. And doctor said, "Oh, you're never going to run again." Which was total bullshit. And he had a host of other injuries. So we had to look at those and say, okay, well, how do we move forward with this massive injured body? And we start fixing that on day one, make the training program fit him. It was built for his needs, his starting point, so we wouldn't get half-assed results. There was no more confusion about what to do or why to do it or why it was happening. There was crystal clarity on his direction and where we were going and how to get there. And then for his diet, it was simple, easy fixes. So he could work on just not feeling soft, but getting lean and hard and just adding some simple strategies into his life. What we did for him was mostly we were increasing his protein intake, which is what a lot of people hear, and then changing out a couple dietary habits that he had that were negative, that were holding him back. And then with the form, it was about saying, hey, these are your problem points that we found from the movement assessment. This is how we're going to fix them. These are the movements that I need to follow up on. So those are the videos you need to take. This is all the information you need to get to me on a routine basis so I can correct those for you. So workout to workout, week to week, it was getting easier and easier and easier because he had direction. He knew exactly what was happening. He knew exactly what to fix and exactly where his problems were. And you can see it over here. I'll get myself out of the way here. So he went from beat up, messed up. This is him lifting 180. This is farmer's carries at like 210. This is 128 days later. So from not being able to do a body weight squat to this in 120 days, entirely doable. So in phase 2, acceleration, what we really did here is we stepped up his workload. So now we had built this big, broad, strong foundation. We could start moving up that pyramid. And so we took him from this big, strong foundation and we said, okay, now nothing's broken, nothing's beat up, and we can work around the issues and we can start pushing things further. So going from feeling in pain and beat up and like lacking confidence to now feeling strong, feeling confident in his body, and really taking off his shirt and saying, God damn it, I'm feeling good. Pardon me. And we further strengthen the weak links in the chain with targeted exercises and making sure that workload, volume, exercise selection, intensity, rest periods, all of that was built directly for his needs in the training program. Now he was putting on muscle, his form was better, and those aches and pains were going away in this phase. There was a lot of empowerment. It was a lot of confidence. It was a lot of strong forward momentum. Then if we go over to the aggregation phase, this is a breakdown to that one. For him, we had to start pumping in the nutrients. He had to be eating a lot more. And he was becoming strong, lean, and really the most resilient and physically dangerous version of himself that he had ever been. And his energy levels were higher. His focus was better. He was better focused at work as an entrepreneur. So he was landing better contracts. He had more opportunities. His home life was better. He had more energy. He was more present. He was more there for the people that love him. And as we got to this point at the end of it, this was a jump off point for Camille for apex tier goals. He has a current goal of wanting to deadlift 600 pounds. And he wants to stay lean, athletic, and acrobatic really in that entire time. He wants to be able to do whatever he wants and move back to his home country and build a beautiful house and a beautiful farm and have all this amazing opportunity in front of him. And his physical body is now enabling him to do that, because at the beginning of this, he wouldn't feel confident carrying big, heavy beams around. Now he can go out and he can do whatever he wants. This is where Camille gets. This is what this program gets for you. Self-efficacy, agency, freedom. It creates freedom. Now, there are 3 key guidelines for each phase that we have to juggle. Now, it's training, recovery, and nutrition. There's a lot going on here. That's me. Now, in terms of training, all the steps, parts, and pieces that can get messed up and cause failure, you've got your sets, reps, intensity, rest periods, volume, load, technique, focus, tempo, training program, warm-ups, exercise selection, training, technique, mobility, restrictions in your movement, starting ability, workout frequency, cardio, and work capacity. Each one of those, and that's not even all of them. I was running out of paper here. Each one of those needs to be juggled for Camille. Each one of these needs to be juggled for me. Each one of those needs to be juggled for you and put together in a cohesive whole. So it's just about getting a program and executing and moving forward with it. Then recovery, sleep, workout frequency, lifestyle. What do you have going on? What's your work look like? What's your family look like? How much movement you getting in? What are your habits? What is your work-life balance? Stress, young kids, old kids, what do you got going on? All of those need to be put in. And then nutrition, what are your habits? Good, bad? Do you need to gain weight? Do you need to lose weight? What's the current diet? Personal restrictions? What do you have? Things you can't eat? What is your skill when it comes to cooking? What's your meal prep ability? Do you eat out a lot? What's your drinking look like? What do your food choices look like? And then each individual, and Camille in this case, he ate pretty well, so that made things better. And he's a horticulturist, so he grew a lot of his own vegetables. So he was very interested in using those in his nutrition. So for somebody else, maybe that's not as easy. Things need to happen. Maybe you travel a lot and it's not as easy. So you have to look at what fast food choices are better. What quick changes can we do for maximum result? That's the key. And then what sort of changes can we make that are sustainable? So the resilient strength blueprint is meant to give you the ability and the skills to train so efficiently and so well, you have no choice but to succeed. If you're doing it right, it's inevitable. You will become injury-free, resilient, strong. Body fat is going to melt. You're going to build a body that is bursting with energy, strength, and vitality in less than 180 days. Less than. So for Camille, his results were amazing to him. He got so strong and healthy that the compliments he started getting became too much. He loves the results so much that he never wants to quit. The results you get becomes the cornerstone of a new life, where staying in shape, being strong, and having boundless energy forever is normal. The currency of health and fitness becomes so high in your life that everything else gets easier. Everything else gets easier. And that's a wonderful, beautiful thing. Now, that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you are a busy man, if you are a hardworking father, and you are sick to death of feeling less than your best self, and you are ready, finally ready to become strong, lean, and resilient. You want to look awesome, you want to feel awesome, and you are ready to see real permanent change in your life. I'm going to help you put on 20 to 40 pounds of muscle. We're going to overcome all of your injuries. We're going to 2x your energy and strength. We're going to create freedom forever in 180 days or less using the Resilient Strength Blueprint. And you know what? I'm going to refund you if it doesn't work. You're going to get that money back because I'm so confident it's going to work. I can say that. Now just book a call down below and you and I are going to have a talk and we're going to make sure that you know exactly how you get to succeed and you're never, ever going to have to go back to the starting point in your life ever again. That's what I want for you. I really, really look forward to seeing you.